Hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of the Virtual Reality Racing Touring Car World Series. This week it is Monza for a 28 lap race. Your qualifying results have Solak 27 on pole. Crazy John was supposed to start second. He's now falling to the rear of the field after a post-qualifying rules infringement, so he's going to be starting last, unfortunately. So that's going to promote Norantaris to second place, followed by Black Rose Racing Team Angel in the 81 car. NASCAR Fan 1400 will start in the 4th position, followed by GTP Krim, 1 Joker, Street King 07, Flash Sweden. Crazy John is here, will round out the 9th spot. So you see him back here falling towards the back, just in front of the medical car. So it will be interesting to see how he fares coming up through the field. We have some drivers starting on softs, some drivers starting on super softs. We see Crazy John here on the soft compound. If we go up the field, Flash Sweden on softs, Street King on super softs, Joker on softs, Krim on super softs, NASCAR Fan on super softs, Angel on softs, and War on super softs, as well as Solak. So there's a few drivers starting on the soft compound, and it will be an interesting dynamic to see how the field's going to shuffle throughout the first and second stages of this race as we cycle through the mandatory pit stop window. So just coming down the back side of this track, heading up to the Ascari chicane on this formation lap. It will be Mitsubishi 1-2. Angel is the first of the Subarus. Seems that Mitsubishis have had a little bit of an advantage in the first round and qualifying for round 2. This track, very open, very high speed, different downforce packages. I believe that Solak is running a fairly high downforce package compared to Norantaris force packages, so it should be some good racing, and I'm excited to bring it to you live. They have made their way out of Ascari. This will be a manual grid start. That means that they will form back up onto the grid, and at a predetermined total time on that clock in the lower left corner, the race will go green. Coming through Parabolica now. We're on board with the medical cars. We're coming up to the grid here. It looks like Crazy John is dipping into the pit lane, possibly got some damage on the formation lap, we're hearing. So it looks like it will be a pit lane start for him. As we're watching the field line up here, looks like there may be some adjustments needed on the grid. And the race will go green at 5 minutes total time, so here in just about 30 seconds. Medical car gonna get loaded right at the back of the field. We will move back up to the front. And we will get ready to go green. 5 seconds. Lights out, the race is away. So coming down to turn number 1, it's a drag race between Solak and Warrantarius. Noir with lower downforce. Can he get up the inside? Everyone braking into turn number 1. A really difficult corner. Is everyone going to make it through? Top 3, top 4, 5, 6 is through cleanly. Looks like everybody's going to make it through. NASCAR fan up to the 3rd position. Angel with a really bad start, falling down to 7th. So it will be a work in progress for her to get back up the field, side by side into the 2nd chicane. A little bit of contact made between Noir and Solak. More contact, 3 wide on the exit. Really hard racing in the opening stages. Looks like Solak's going to hold on to the 1st position. NASCAR fan now challenging for 2nd. NASCAR fan gonna wisely fall back in line. Not really good passing zone there in the 2nd Lesmo. Coming up to Ascari for the first time now. Warrantarius is gonna try to reel in Solak on the straightaways. In the slipstream. Not enough room to make a move this time. Now onto the front straightaway again. Gonna tuck into the slipstream once more, try to get that good run. Hard braking into turn number 1. It's gonna pull out. Not enough this time through. As we see the field working their way through there. Crazy John up to 7th. Angel works her way back up to the 5th spot. We got this battle for 3rd here between NASCAR fan and GTP Crim. Drivers have to be careful to not use too much curbing through the chicanes. Don't want to get any track limit penalties. Crim takes a little bit too much curb on the inside there in the 2nd Lesmo. That's going to kill some exit speed. NASCAR fans up the road now. See this gaggle of cars coming through Ascari for the 2nd time. So check back in with the leaders. Looks like Solak runs a little wide on the exit of Ascari. That's going to give Warrantarius a good run on the outside. In the Parabolica once more. Noir now with the lead from Solak. NASCAR fans still in 3rd, still in the background. And I'll be up to Sol to get a good slipstream down the front straightaway and try to make another move into turn 1. In the background you see Angel looking to make a pass on Crim. Solak out of the slipstream. Can't brake late enough. Gonna fall back in line in the 2nd position. Noir barely misses the apex there in the 1st chicane. He's gonna hold on to 1st spot though. Not much room to move around. NASCAR fan is now up with this lead pack. Through Curva Grande up to the 2nd chicane. Noir pushing really hard. Solak having a peek up the inside. Angel still working on Crim for the 4th position. Together here. Solak running wide again on the exit of Curva Grande. Not Curva Grande, the Ascari chicane. That's going to give NASCAR fan a run. Not enough to make a move in the Parabolica. Very well in the slipstream now. really close between these top three. Looks like Angel have made the move on Prim. Noir defensive into the first chicane. Solak will slot in behind again. So these three cars have broken away a little bit from the rest of the field. Noir a little wide into the first Lesmo. Solak's going to come up the inside, side by side into Lesmo number 2. Solak's going to retake the lead. Now NASCAR fan has to make a decision here. Who is he helping? He's currently behind Noir, giving Noir a push. Into a scary little bump. A little bit of contact made between Nas and Solak. Solak takes a little bit of sand. It's going to allow Noir some breathing room here. A little bit of contact on the entry to the corner. Doesn't look like NASCAR fan could pull it up in time, and a little bit of contact with the 27. Angel's drawing closer to this pack. NASCAR fan gonna bump draft Solak down the front straightaway. Ooh, Crazy John having to take some runoff there. Something like that happens where you have to cut the chicane. You have to make it very clear to the stewards that you're not gaining an advantage. So we'll go check in on this pack back here. Crazy John with a rough exit with the second chicane. Ooh, who was that? Oh, that was Solak. Solak had an off. He's back to 8th. So we don't really know what happened there. But clearly an issue in the second Lesmo is going to relegate him back to the 8th position. Looking at Street King Crazy John running wide through Parabolica. Looking to make a pass on Krim. Going to peek out to the right side, heading into the first chicane. He is alongside. Krim's going to give him a little bump, take that inside line on the exit, and now will be a drag race up to the second chicane. Krim's going to fall in line here behind Crazy. Gonna peek out again. Really close racing. One little mistake here and it will be all over for you and very possibly somebody else caught out behind you. Krim right tucked into the slipstream behind Crazy John. A little bit wide on the exit of Ascari. So Noir still leads from NASCAR Fan, Angel in third, and we're looking at the battle for fourth right now. See some marbles piling up on the outside of Parabolica. Krim's gonna get a run on Crazy John. Gonna poke out. Who will break the latest? Crazy John will. Krim's gonna slot in behind. One Joker running in the 7th position. Just looking on at this battle behind Street King. Ooh, Street King. Street King had the spin on the exit of the second chicane, and he drives it into the inside wall, trying to recover. Now he has front aero damage. So I'm guessing he took a little bit too much curbing and upset the car and looped it on the exit of the chicane. Now he has some front aero damage to deal with. So we can expect him into the pit lane, I'm assuming, because aero damage hurts you pretty bad on these high-speed tracks. Solak gonna make a move on one Joker. Take the 6th position. Gonna check back in on the battle for 4th here. Actually a good race for the 2nd spot. Angel's now ahead of Nas. And Street King is in the pit lane. So Noir has a healthy buffer between him and this battle for 2nd, so he can focus on just putting in clean laps. Angel, on the other hand, has to be on the defensive here. Behind Crazy John. So this is almost just a 4-way battle for 2nd. Crazy John making good gains through Ascari. So he does have the draft of the 2 cars ahead of him now. Everybody using all the track and a little bit more through Parabolica. NASCAR Fan looking to make a move on Angel around the outside. Can he pull it off? Angel was nice there, left him the room. They're still side by side now. This is allowing Noir to pull away even more. NASCAR Fan again going to go up the right side. Not enough. Crazy John's right behind the 2 of them now. Now this is properly a 4-way battle. Gonna go on board with the 25 car. Through the 2nd Lesmo. Coming up to the Ascari chicane now. You can see Krim behind him. Crazy's gonna go for a move. This is tight. Contact. NASCAR Fans in the dirt. Crazy John making a really aggressive move on NASCAR Fan 1400. I'd be inclined to say that one really wasn't on there. NASCAR Fan flashing the lights, he's not very happy about it. Right behind Krim, he still has somebody's draft. NASCAR Fan's gonna perhaps push Krim, get the two of them back up to Crazy John. So after a really good start, NASCAR Fan gets pushed off at Ascari and is now in the 5th position. Looks like he's gonna make a move on Krim here. Looks like Krim's gonna let him past. Looking at the bigger picture here. So we're gonna check the timing and scoring. So Noir with about a 5-second lead over Angel. Current fastest lap at this time will be Solak with a 1:43 flat. And everybody behind Angel is fairly close through Solak. They're 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all in that picture right there. Will Krim make a move into the 2nd chicane here? Doesn't look like he will. He brakes pretty early. Make sure NASCAR Fan has plenty of room. Got to make sure when you're in the slipstream to brake a little bit earlier than you normally would, as the slipstream will kind of suck you into the car in front of you. Now Solak is close to Krim. Will he make a move here? Doesn't look like he will. He's going to fall back into the slipstream and try again at turn 1. Krim running very wide on the exit of Parabolica. Takes good care to avoid that yellow curb that kind of sticks out of the ground there. So Solak is now ahead. Check in on our leader here, Noir. Best lap of 1:43.2. He's doing exactly what he needs to do here, just putting in solid, consistent laps, no major mistakes. Look behind him, a clear track for quite a ways as you see that 2nd place battle come out of the 2nd Lesmo. So Crazy John, after having a pit lane start, after receiving damage on the formation lap, up to the 3rd position. They make their way through Parabolica. It won't be too long before the pit window will be open. Crazy John making a move on Angel, who will brake the latest. Looks like Crazy John's going to get the position into the first chicane. So put the 25 in second. Angel not close enough to make a move into the second chicane. Still see 5 cars in that little short chute between the exit there and the first Lesmo. So we still have battles on our hands as Crazy John gets into the grass. It's going to allow 3 cars to pass him. Very costly mistake. Now Krim has a massive run on him as well. Krim's going to go by. And now these 3 up here are close together in a battle of their own. NASCAR fan gonna try to go around the outside of Angel at Parabolica. NASCAR fan's gonna make it stick. Will Soul be able to follow? Should have some momentum around the outside. And Angel's gonna go into the pit lane. The pit window is open now. So Angel will be the first car to switch tire compounds. And I would take the tire indicator there on the scoring tower with a grain of salt. I'm not sure if that is bugged or not. I'm pretty sure it's just going to show the tire that they started on, not the tire that they're switching on to. So NASCAR fan up to second, Solak up to third. Krim fourth, Crazy John fifth. Crazy John a little wide there on the exit of the first Lesmo. Angel's going to come out of the pit lane in 7th. So now that Angel is pitted, it will be really hard for all the other drivers to stay out for too long, as fresh tires and lower fuel will give you a healthy gain. Looks like some of these drivers are low on fuel as it is, so the pit lane could be very busy here very shortly. Solak going to try to go up the inside of Parabolica. NASCAR's going to hang tough on the outside. And that sticks. All 4 of the Noir is in, so the leader is in. 2nd through 5th stay out. So it will be critical for here to have Noir beat Joker out of the pit lane. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. That will be close. Noir has to stay to the right side of that blend line, and Joker is going to go through. But he's also going to run wide at the first chicane, and that's going to give Noir an easy overtake back up to the 5th position. Back up to this battle. NASCAR fan still out in the front, still owes us a pit stop. Crazy John into the grass again. And that's a saving grace for Krim there, because he had his own mistake at the Velesmo, but Crazy John had the larger one. All these drivers are pretty low on fuel, so we should see them into the pit lane any lap now. NASCAR fan and Solak through Parabolica. Who's going to come in? Looks like both of them are. So now this is going to be a race of the pit crews. NASCAR fan in. He's going to drop, but the full fuel fills commence. Crazy John and Krim are in as well. And yeah, it shows the tires that they started on, not the tires that they're switching on to. So they're all coming out. NASCAR fan's gonna hold off Solak, but Krim is ahead of both of them. So Krim with a really short fuel fill. Interesting strategy there. And Crazy John is out in the 7th position. Down to 6th. That pit stop did not pay off for her. And Noir back in the lead now. Like Joker fending off Krim into Ascari. Krim's gonna have a good run and he's going to push Joker. And Joker has to let Krim through so he can get into the pit lane. Solak now in the pits. Solak into the pits again. He also stopped last time. I don't think he switched his tire compounds. So he's back into the pit lane. So Solak back in the 5th. After making back-to-back pit stops. That's not going to help his race any. Krim there with a cheeky line to the 2nd chicane. So his fuel compared to NASCAR fans, he has significantly less fuel. It will be really interesting to see if he can even make it to the end of the race. Because NASCAR fan is a little bit above 3/4 and his is barely above a half. So I'd say upwards of 19, 18 liters. And that may be the difference between winning or losing. Like I said, a bold strategy call. We'll see how it plays out for him. All these drivers are starting to build larger gaps between themselves and the cars around them. Krim into the pit lane. I think he's taking his medicine now. I think he knows that he doesn't have enough fuel. It's going to be fuel only for him. He's back out behind Angel. So Noir leads, NASCAR Fan second, Angel third, Krem fourth, Solak fifth, Crazy John is here in sixth, Joker in seventh, Street King in the eighth spot, and Flash Sweden rounding out the field. Looks like Crazy John and Solak are in a battle here. Evo on Evo. Crazy John looking to the left side into Ascari. He's going to be able to not quite make it stick. Again, he makes contact with another car on the entry to Ascari there. But he is going to go through on Solak. It's really a single file entry there, so it's really hard to take it too wide like he tried. And Solak is not close enough to retaliate into turn number one and try to take that position back. Street King is in for his pit stop, and that will allow Flash Sweden back through. And now he will try to run down Krim. Crazy John currently on the purple lap, trying to fight back up to the field. So Noir has a healthy lead at this point. All he has to do is put in good clean laps and not make any major mistakes. Now Crazy is right on the back bumper of Krim down the front straightaway, should have the slipstream. He's not gonna make a move this time. Ooh, Crazy John really loose on the exit there. Really lucky to save that car. Took out a cone along the way. That cost him about a second. Maybe a little less. So now he has to catch Krim all over again. So I'd reckon he's still close enough to get some slipstream. And Krim is closer to Angel. Angel putting in a solid run, holding on to third spot right now. We are nearing the ending stages of this motor race. So Krim probably has Angel's slipstream now, and is able to utilize that on the straightaways. Made up a lot of time in that chicane there. Really close now. Ooh, Angel with a little bit of a wiggle on the exit of the second Lesmo. Going to defend that inside line. Krim's gonna look up the left side. More contact into the Ascari chicane. And again, driver's taking to the gravel, and Krim, did he save that? He did. Another ambitious move into Ascari there. Contacts made, cars in the gravel. Krim was really lucky to not completely bin it there, but he's going to fall back to the 6th spot. And now Crazy John is through on Angel as a result. So working back into the first chicane now. These three drivers battling over the 3rd spot. And Angel's right in the middle here. Solak with a good run through that chicane. Not enough to make a move. Now let's see if he gets a good run to trying to make a pass on the braking into Ascari. Angel defending that inside line now. Gonna brake early and gonna let Solak go through. Can't necessarily say I blame her after what happened the last time. So Crazy John's in hot pursuit of NASCAR fan. Solak just made a pass on Angel. So we have just a handful of laps to go. We're going to look at the timing and scoring again. Look at everyone's last lap around. Noir taking it easy, had a 45.1 last time. Possibly made a minor mistake. NASCAR fan with the 43.9. Looks like Crazy John was the fastest driver that last time through with a 42.5, and that is actually the fastest lap of the motor race, I believe. Yes, it sure is. So about a 4-second gap to Noir, another 4 seconds back to get to Crazy John, and things are a little tighter behind him. So I think the largest battle here is, will Crazy be able to catch Nas? Angel running wide through Parabolica. So we're on 5 laps to go. So Crazy John will need right about a second per lap if he wants to catch Nass in time and still be able to make a move. Working through the Lesmos once more. There's really a lot of marbles on the outsides of these corners now. Crazy John can certainly see him up ahead. It's all the more motivation to push harder. This looks like it's a pretty decent lap from Crazy. We'll have to check the timing and scoring at the end of this one. Krim had a moment out of the Ascari chicane. Angel's back to 6th now. Ooh, that was almost a collision there in the Parabolica. So now these two are gonna see who can get through turn 1 first. Angel has the slipstream. But not close enough to make that stick. Back to the timing and scoring. Let's look at everyone's last lap. Yeah, Crazy John cut that gap in half. NASCAR fan with a 44.2, Crazy John with a 44.8. So that gap is down from the last time. So we move back up. So you can see Nass is visibly closer. Through Ascari again, nice and clean. Got to be careful using those curbs, so when they do upset the car, they can be deadly. Crazy John running wide through Parabolica. So 3 laps to go this time. And you can see that Noir is also closer than he has been. Probably taking it easy, maybe saving a little bit of fuel coming up to the closing stages of the race. NASCAR fans' fuel is right around a quarter. Noir's fuel is slightly below that. He's done high 43s the past 2 laps, with a couple of 45s and 46s in there, lap 21 to 23. But still holding a reasonable gap to 2nd place. Nass and Crazy are close now. Through Ascari again. With a less curbing on the exit there. NASCAR fan tries to do a little bit of a side draft almost to try to kill that run Crazy John had. Not gonna work. NASCAR fan now up the inside at Parabolica. Not really enough to stick. So Crazy John now back up into 2nd place with 2 laps remaining. Side by side into the first chicane. Crazy John just holds on to it. Ooh, but gets loose on the exit again, putting down the power a little bit too quick there. NASCAR fan now back up to second. Costly mistake for Crazy John on the exit of the chicane. You did that earlier in the race too. Both times costing him a spot. I'd say that this one is a little more detrimental than the previous. But we still have about a lap and a half remaining. This is the closest battle on the track right now. NASCAR fan running on the far right side of the track, trying to keep Crazy John out of the slipstream as best as he can. As Noir's going to come through the here. So 1 lap remaining. NASCAR fan weaving back and forth down the front straightaway to try to break that slipstream. Crazy John not close enough in turn number 1. Will be close enough into the second chicane. We make a move really close. He's not going to make the move though, not quite on. Bumper to bumper on the exit. Now we'll see if he tries to make a move into a Ascari now. NASCAR fan not defending the inside, that may cost him. And Nas is gonna get some gravel there. And Crazy John now back into second. On the final lap, now we see Noir approaching Parabolica for the final time. Fantastic drive by car number 26. He will 56, my apologies. He will take the win. Checkered flag. So the Clockwork Motorsport car takes the win here. Crazy John is second. NASCAR fan 1400 third. Solak in fourth. Looks like Angel's going to take the 5th spot over Krim. So Angel 5th, Krim in 6th, and 1 Joker finishing 7th. Let's go to the live timing now. Two cars left to finish, but Street King 07 will take 8th place and Flash Sweden will round out the field in 9th. So congrats to Noir and Taurus, Crazy John is here, and NASCAR fan 1400. For finishing on the podium, a 3.860 margin of victory, and Crazy John is here taking the fastest lap with a 142.572. Thank you all for watching. I am GTP Bambi. Subscribe to the channel if you would like more content like this. And as always, take care and have a great day. I'll see you at the next one.